You're looking for a grill that actually delivers the flavor you crave, that won't make you spend an hour fiddling with knobs, and that feels like a solid investment instead of a fancy gadget you'll forget about. You want something you can set on a Saturday, walk away from, and come back to perfectly smoked ribs without wondering if you did something wrong. That hesitation dash, will this be worth the money? Will it fit my backyard? Will I actually use all those features? Is what most of us feel before we click add to cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I started digging into pellet grills, the market quickly split into two camps: the budget-oriented models that promise smoke in minutes and the high-end units that boast Wi-Fi, multiple cooking modes, and a price tag that makes you wonder if you're buying a grill or a small kitchen appliance. The Traeger Ironwood 885 sits firmly in the latter camp, and that positioning brings both reassurance and a few hidden trade-offs. Let's walk through what owning this grill actually looks like day to day, who gets the most bang for their buck, and where the value really lives beyond the headline specs. First, the setup. The Ironwood arrives in a large, well-packed box with the grill body, a hopper for the wood pellets, a firepot, a control panel, and a Wi-Fi antenna that snaps into the back. Assembly isn't rocket science, but it isn't a plug-and-play moment either. You'll need a few tools: a wrench and a screwdriver to bolt the legs, attach the side shelves, and connect the power cord. Most owners report that the instructions are clear enough that a competent DIYer can have it ready in about an hour, but if you're not comfortable with basic assembly, you might want to schedule a quick call with Traeger's support line. That call is free and surprisingly helpful. They walk you through the final connections and even give a quick rundown of the app. Once it's up, the first thing you'll notice is the smart grilling control. The grill's digital controller talks to the Wi-Fi module, which then syncs with the Traeger app on your phone. From there you can set a target temperature, choose one of the 6 built-in cooking modes: smoke, bake, roast, barbecue, braise, or sear, and the grill will automatically feed pellets to maintain that temperature within a 1-degree range. In real life, this translates to a steak that stays at 225 for a low and slow cook without you hovering over a dial every few minutes. For many users, the Setitan Forget promise is the biggest selling point because it eliminates the guesswork that's traditionally associated with charcoal or gas. Now, let's talk flavor. The wood-fired taste is the reason people gravitate toward pellet grills in the first place, and the Ironwood doesn't disappoint. Because the firepot sits directly under the cooking grates, the heat and smoke envelop the food evenly. I tested a batch of baby back ribs using hickory pellets, and the result was a subtle, sweet smoke that penetrated the meat without overwhelming it. The same grill can handle a pizza night, too. The sear mode cranks the temperature up to 500 F, giving the crust that crisp, charred edge you'd expect from a wood-fired oven. The key here is consistency. The precise temperature control means you're not juggling multiple heat zones like you would on a traditional offset smoker. Capacity is another practical factor. At 885 square inches, the Ironwood can accommodate 2 full racks of ribs, a whole chicken, and a tray of veggies all at once. For families that love to grill on Sundays or for hosts who entertain larger groups, that space eliminates the need for a second grill or a second round of cooking. The side shelves are sturdy enough to hold prep bowls, sauces, or even a small cooler, which helps keep the cooking area tidy. However, all of those strengths come with a price tag that isn't trivial. The Ironwood sits well above the $1,000 mark, and that investment forces you to ask whether you'll actually use the full suite of features. If you're the type who only fires up a grill a few times a month for burgers, the extra capacity and Wi-Fi connectivity may feel like overkill. More importantly, pellet consumption can add up. The hopper holds about 20 pounds of pellets, and depending on what you're cooking, you might burn through a pound or 2 per hour. Over the course of a summer, that could translate to a noticeable monthly cost, especially if you favor premium hardwood blends. Another nuance is the reliance on electricity. The grill needs a standard 120V outlet to run the controller, feed system, and Wi-Fi. In a typical backyard setup, that's no problem, but if you're planning on taking the grill to a campsite or a friend's lake house without power, you'll need a generator or a portable inverter. That dependency also means that a brief power outage will pause the pellet feed, potentially causing a temperature dip. Most owners haven't reported any catastrophic issues, but it's something to keep in mind if you're in an